Hey guys, it's Laurel and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're brand new. It is now November 3rd, 4th when I'm filming this because it's 3 a.m., which means it's actually time for our monthly favorites videos. But because we went so hard in the Halloween spooky season, I have 2 months for y'all. September and October favorites. Time to tell you guys about my favorite products, things that happened, memories, etc. in both of these months. Let's get into it because it's gonna be a long one. First and foremost, at the beginning of September, PSLs are back. And I don't care what you guys have to say about being basic. I know I'm a basic bitch, okay? I know what I like, and I really like what I like, and I love a PSL. Give me a pumpkin spice latte. I will drink 15 of them. I'll drink too many. I will. And then it'll be too much sugar and too much caffeine, but you know what? They're delicious. And I think I've had too many this season, and that's okay. If you guys like the seasonal Starbucks drinks, please let me know what your favorite is, but mine is the pumpkin spice latte. I used to love the pumpkin cold brew cream whatever, but now that I know that I'm lactose intolerant, I have to go with the pumpkin spice latte with oat milk. It's so good. But while we're on the topic of caffeine and drinks that you get at a coffee shop, I also discovered a London fog. Yes, this is the second thing on my list because I've never had one before. I've never really been a tea drinker. The only times I ever really drank tea was when it was out of necessity, back when I was a singer, like professionally. You know what I mean? But one of my castmates from Cabaret actually took me to a coffee shop close to our theater that makes a London fog with Earl Grey tea, I believe, oat milk, and lavender essence. Oh my god. It is so good. It's stupid. It's silly. It's redonkulous. It's so good. And it's so gay. I don't know. You should try it if you haven't had it. I am going to get one tomorrow before our show. Oh my god, this is so fun and relevant because the next thing on my list is a game that I just finished streaming 2 minutes ago. It is Disney Dreamlight Valley. Disney just had an early release of a game that is basically Animal Crossing meets your favorite Disney characters. It is an early release, so there's still a lot of bugs and there's still a lot of issues with it, but man, oh man, is it addicting. I mean, it's scratching every itch I have in Animal Crossing, but then adding Disney characters, and I don't know how often I've told you guys this, but I am a Disney adult. And it's a lot of fun. Like, there's so many cute outfits your character can wear. There's so many body types that your character can have. And everything is so queer-coded a little bit. Everything is a little fruity in the best way possible. And having Disney characters follow you around and help you mine and, like, giving them gifts is, like, so healing to my inner child. Wally sitting on a bench. Look at the way he is the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. And yes, I did cry 3 times in one night when I first got Wally on my island. Oh my god, the next thing on my list is so cute and fun. At the beginning of September, like it's wild for me to bring this up because I feel like it was so long ago. I actually got to meet so many of my online friends, including a bunch of people from Neat Dude, like Chris Melberger and his wife Shan, like a whole group of people, including some of his mods that decided to stay with him at an Airbnb here in Austin. And we partied for a night and had a great time. And it was so cool because these are people that I've been friends with online for like 2 years. And it was my first time meeting them in person. And it was like we've been friends for like the longest time. It was honestly so nice. Meeting online friends is just so healing of my inner child. You know, my whole life I was warned to like stay away from the internet. We still should. There's so many things that can be dangerous because of the internet, but seriously, most of my most meaningful relationships in my life have come from people that I have met because of the internet. Weird how that works. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you probably saw that I announced this, but I also got to do like one of the coolest things I've ever done with film recently. I was invited to be a part of a film festival and speak on a panel and do a table read, which basically is like when you're workshopping a script in front of an audience or in front of filmmakers or writers to try to like figure out and work out the kinks of like specific characters and scripts and all that jazz. And I got asked to play a character in like a modern adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, which I love Pride and Prejudice, so it was super cool. I got to play Lydia, which is fun because I feel like years ago I very much related to a Lydia type character, you know, like so in love with love and wanting to grow up way too fast and wanting to find the one way too fast and just being boy crazy in general. Yeah, it was a lot of fun playing that character. But the reason that this is on my list is not just because it was fun to do the table read, but like I met so many really, really cool people. They had like a cocktail hour after all of this, and I hung out with all these people from the film festival all day and then all night. We got drinks, we got to know each other, we're now friends. We're planning on doing some cute fall stuff after my show closes, like really cool. And I got to meet people that are like creatives and want to do acting or writing or directing or stuff in the like the entertainment field like I do. And it's just so cool and such a fun way to get to meet new people around my age. But yeah, I had a great time and everybody I met was so cool. And honestly, it was such an honor to get to do something like that. And I hope I get more opportunities like that in the future. Just so cool. I felt like a movie star. There was a red carpet and everything. Okay, next thing on my list for September is actually a movie that came out on Netflix that I watched with some of the girls from the cast of Cabaret called Do Revenge. Maya Hawke and the brunette actress from Riverdale, which I've never watched, by the way, but the soundtrack, oh my God, so gay. The first song that plays, so gay. Like the movie is instantly so gay, so fruity, and so good. This movie is like scary and funny. It's not like scary. I shouldn't start with scary, but it's like you get a little paranoid a few times. It's like if you take all of like the iconic movies from like 80s, 90s, like Clueless, Mean Girls, early 2000s, like those kind of like girl chick flicks, like Get Revenge, John Tucker Must Die. If you take all those movies, but then you take TikTok, millennial, woke culture, and somehow not make it cringy, but very self-aware and hilarious, and then put the best soundtrack ever on top of it. This movie was so good. Like, it was so good. The whole time, it was such a wild ride. The whole time, like every other scene, my friends and I would be like, what? Like, what is going on? And it has so many homages to all those movies that I named. Clueless, Mean Girls, John Tucker Must Die, Easy A. Like, it has homages to all these iconic films that are just so great. The costumes, the clothing, the wardrobe, almost as good as all the outfits in Clueless. Maybe even keel, just as good. So good. Watch this movie. You will not be sorry. You're welcome. Okay, next thing. I finally downloaded BeReal. I only have it open for my friends. It's just for me and my friends. I'm actually really thrilled to have a social media that is literally like just for me and my IRL friends. That also includes people I've met online, but like people that I feel close to, like people I've met in person, like Chris and Shan, and like Blizz and all of them. But like, it is just so funny that like everybody's alarms go off at the same time, and like I'll be sitting in the dressing room and Alicia, who's in the cast with me, will be across from the dressing room and be like, it's time to be real. And I'll be like, okay, let's go outside and take selfies together. Like, it's just so silly. It's just a fun little app. But make sure if you guys are using this app, turn off the locations. Don't use the locations. That shit's not safe. Don't do that. That's how I feel about it. But I do really like the app. It's fun. It's silly. Trying to take a picture that's decent on both sides of the camera at the same time is also a fun little challenge that I enjoy every single day. Did I do my BeReal today? I didn't. Okay, let's do it really fast. I look nuts. 18 hours late. Whoops. Anyway. Oh my God, the next thing on my list is going to be my favorite for years to come. It's going to be my personality trait for years to come. My favorite band of my whole entire life has finally released another song. They're finally touring again, and they're finally having an album coming out in, I believe, February. Paramore. Paramore in September came out with their song, This Is Why. This is why I don't leave the house. You say the coast is clear, but you won't catch me out Oh, why? This is why. Anyway, I fucking love Hayley Williams. She's been one of my favorite singers since my fucking freaking frackin' like 7th grade year. Okay? And when I found out that the band was getting another song together, I was shitting bricks waiting for that. And the wait was worth it. The music video, oh my God. Hayley just looks so good. She always looks so good. That music video is such a vibe. It's so good. It's my new Joker. It's my Joker. It is my Joker. Anyway, great song. The next thing on my list also has to do with Paramore, but Paramore TikToks. Ever since this new song's come out, and now they're touring again, my For You page is just clips of them on tour. And they're so good. She talks on stage being all self-aware about how when she wrote it, it was based in misogyny and how she felt like she couldn't actually be like a woman because women were so frowned upon and it was like groomed in her and blah, blah, blah. And her speeches about this have been so good. And then she's giving speeches about how grunge music and alt music is supposed to be inclusive and for everyone and how people have lost their way along the way. And oh my God, and she's been singing All I Wanted live. Anyway, this means nothing to any of you if you guys are not a fan of her, but for those of you who are, you understand. This has been the best 2 months of Paramore in my entire life. I cannot wait for the new album. The next thing and the final thing on my list for September of 2022, I don't know if it's necessarily a favorite, but it is something that happened and it was big, and I do feel like I need to talk about it. So, as Cabaret was opening, is that the same exact week that we were in the final tech rehearsals about to open Cabaret, I rebranded. This is something I've been trying to make happen for a while now. Well, it was brought to my attention that the first part of my old name, when spelled a different way but pronounced the same way, is a slur in some cultures. And I've had that name for 11 years on YouTube, all social medias, all the whole shebang, okay? And I had no idea. I was in middle school when I came up with my old name. My old name honestly had nothing to do with the first part of it. My nickname in middle school was Smiley, and I made a YouTube channel because I'd gotten a camera and I found out that I could put the videos from my camera onto YouTube, and so I had to make an account. And back then, you know, you could only one person could have each name on YouTube, and Smiley was taken, and Cool Smile was taken, and Cool with a K Smile was taken. And the reason I wanted to be cool was because, I don't know, I just wanted to put something before Smiley. Anyway, I spelled it the way I did, thank God, so it wasn't technically a slur for 11 years. Obviously, as soon as it was brought to my attention, I felt like I needed to change it. And I was finally able to get a hold of somebody at Twitch who was willing to help me change my name over to Laurel, my real name. And unfortunately, it happened at the worst timing in the whole fucking world. Like I said, we were in tech rehearsals for the show. It was the busiest rehearsal week. I was also making YouTube content for the month of October because you guys know how hard we go. And so I'm filming like 4 videos a day while also trying to stream enough because I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream much once my show opened. Anyways, I'm grateful for all of you guys who have been understanding and cool about the rebranding. I'm grateful that we are slowly but surely changing everything over to Laurel or laurelrothamel, my full name. But the hard thing is that I've been posting 2 to 3 videos a week for 11 years. And I've had social media as a full-time job for 11 years. So I'm going to be catching stuff that still has my old name in it for a while. So please and thank you for understanding and granting me grace while I do that. And please understand that it was never, ever, ever, ever my intention to use a word that has been used in a hurtful way to anyone as my identity online. That was September of 2022. Shall we talk about October of 2022? I think we should. This is my favorite month of the year. I unfortunately was so busy and so low on spoons because of the rebranding and because of my show that I felt like a damn failure this time around. And I know it's not true. I know I did actually kill it. with the tools that I was given this past month and the spoons that I had, I still killed it. It was not the October I pictured, but I still have lots of favorites. First and foremost, right at the beginning of October, we opened Cabaret. My first musical that I've been in 5 years opened at the beginning of October, and Cabaret has been such a learning experience for me. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I've also made lifelong friendships with a lot of the castmates. I was so nervous and anxious about this show. Even at the beginning of rehearsals, I was so scared that I wasn't going to fit in and like that I was going to be so out of practice that I was going to look terrible on stage, but it just hasn't been the case. It's been like riding a bicycle, except I don't ride bicycles in real life. But anyway, it's been really, really fulfilling. It's been an itch I've needed scratched for a very long time, and I've missed it so, so much. And my cast, incredible. So talented. And we've pulled performances together that we shouldn't have because COVID is still a thing and people are still getting sick and we do have understudies, but shit goes wrong. And wow, we've handled it with a wild amount of grace. Anyway, I will never forget this show. I won't forget the rehearsal process. I will not forget the performances. I will not forget the cast. So grateful. And if any of you guys came to see my show, please know that that has meant the world to me. Seriously, thank you so much. And thank you all for supporting me while I did pursue this, knowing that I couldn't create as much content as I usually do, and understanding that it was still so important to me, and just like being chill with the lack of content. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for granting me that grace. Next thing on my list still has to do with Cabaret, actually. My mods sent me flowers for opening night. They surprised me again, just like Valentine's Day. They surprised me with flowers at my front door, 2 whole bouquets, gorgeous bouquets. They smelled so good, and I bawled my eyes out right before I decided to get ready to go to the theater. So big shout out to my moderators on Twitch who always manage to make me feel special and wanted and cared for and enough. I love you guys. That was very, very sweet of you and made me feel super duper not alone on opening night when I definitely could have felt alone. So thank you. And the last thing I will say on my favorites of October about Cabaret is just that I love my castmates. Some of them have been such good friends, and I'm so grateful that I've met them, and I'm so grateful that they're my friends now. We literally grow closer and closer like every day. We have group chats and everything, and it's just been really nice. I really love them. They're all great people. Damn. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about it now. I will cry. I will cry. This particular thing has definitely been in a favorites video before, but I'm going to bring it up again because I found some new fun thrift stores to go to. But thrifting. I did more thrifting in October, more than I should have, and found some really cool shit. And holy hell, I really love thrifting. And that's all I'll say about it. Moving on. Okay, and while we're keeping it short and simple, the next thing on my list is just mangoes. I think they're my new favorite fruit. I just love them. They're my favorite fruit now, and I could just, like, eat a whole, like, Tupperware of sliced mangoes in one sitting. I love them. I love the weird, like, scrapey consistency that they have on my tongue when I eat them. I don't know if that's normal, but I like it. And I like the flavor, and I think the color is pretty. It's a good fruit. I love mangoes. Towards the end of October, I binged an anime in 2 days, and I need to tell you guys it's so good. It's one of Netflix's newest additions to their anime list, and it is called Romantic Killer. Now, I need to tell you guys that this starts off so funny and wholesome and stupid and silly and funny and wholesome and stupid and silly. There is 2 very triggering episodes right at the end. And it comes out of nowhere, and I wish someone had warned me because the first of the 2 things was very triggering. However, once I got past the triggering and got to the end, I was so fucking upset it was over, and so upset that we still only have 1 season because it just got added, and now we have to wait for a season 2, and the second volume of the manga doesn't even come out until January, and the second edition of the manga isn't even the end of season 1. It's still season 1. So it's still stuff we've already seen in the show. Anyway, it's a great anime. The main character is a redheaded gamer who just loves chocolates and her pet more than anything, and doesn't seem to find the point in dating because she has all the things that she loves already. And then a little wizard matchmaker pops out of her video game, takes all 3 of her favorite things away, including video games, her pet, and chocolates, and says, hey, you have to fall in love, and then you can have all these things back. And it's so funny. It's so stupid. It's so over the top and weird, and the main character is literally me. She's literally me. And I love the show so much. I binged it so fast. I cannot wait for them to add season 2. So I need you all to do me a favor and go watch it. So Netflix is like, ping, ping, ping. Okay, we have to keep creating seasons for this. Because if I don't get a season 2 of this, I might lose my mind. If this is just like Ouran Host Club and I never get a season 2, I will lose my mind. And I did buy the manga. And I already started reading it. It's like scratching my fruits basket itch now. I don't know. Anyway, it's really good. You guys know how much I love making spooky content in October, so this year, because of Cabaret, I couldn't do like a actual Halloween subathon like I would like to, so instead we did something I decided to call Halloweek. And basically, it was just an event I did the whole week leading up to Halloween, where we did subathon-like incentives, but without adding time to a timer and being stuck streaming for a certain amount of hours, because obviously I couldn't because I had the show. But it was just so fun. It was a fun little time for the community to get together and just make me make a fool of myself. I did a bunch of different cosplays. I cosplayed as Chris Melberger. I bullied my chat for like an hour and a half. I took shots of salsa and hot sauce. There was just a lot of ridiculous things that happened, and we had a great time while celebrating my favorite holiday, and it just meant so much to me. It was so fun. I do look forward to Cabaret closing just so that I can have more time to do actual subathons again, though, because I've missed it. But this did kind of like feel like a really decent consolation prize, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. But this does actually bring me to the next thing on my list. I really want to shout out 2 amazing people that I have on my side who have made all of this go by so smoothly while I have been a stress ball of mess. Thank you so much, Caesar, my YouTube and TikTok editor. She works so hard and pushes herself sometimes to help me get stuff done. And every October that I've now had her on my team, she has just gone above and beyond, and I am so grateful for her. So while I'm saying this, I hope that you guys consider following her and maybe even subscribing to her Twitch channel. She is a streamer. She doesn't just edit for me. She's a funny bitch. She's a funny little bitch, okay? She's hilarious. I love watching her streams. She's so funny. If you like my edits, then you will like her content. So don't just thank her in the comment section below. Don't just thank her in the comment section below for her amazing edits, but definitely also check out her content on Twitch. I also want to thank my amazing artist, Mara, who does all of my YouTube thumbnails, does like all of my banners and panels and stuff that are on all of my profiles. But also during Halloween, she was changing the graphic for our subathon goals daily, hourly, on call, helping me. These 2 ladies literally held me afloat like literal pool floaties this season. I know that you guys would not be getting the content that you're getting without them. You wouldn't. So there's lots of amazing ways you guys can support them, but I'm going to give you all of their social medias in the description below, and I would love for you guys to check them out. Send them my love. Thank them in the comment section below. And last but not least, the last thing that I did to celebrate October was, of course, Halloween. I decided to have a Halloween party very last minute because I was originally supposed to do a live stream with Rooster Teeth, and it fell through, which is absolutely okay, because while I was looking forward to doing that live stream, I was even more looking forward to being able to be like, hey, I actually get to do something not work related on my favorite holiday. And I just invited everybody that I could, streamers, non-streamers, theater people, IRL friends, Renaissance Fair friends, everybody to my house, and had the wildest house party I think I've ever had in my life. You know it's a good party when somebody rips your hammock. No, you know it's a good party when you spend $100 on pizza and you only get one slice before all the slices are gone. You know it's a good party when you end up with more alcohol at your house than what you started with. Because BYOB. Anyway, it was really cool to see all of my different worlds collide and my IRL friends meet my streamer friends and my work friends and my theater friends. And God, it was just so cool. It was so much fun, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful that every time I have a party now, I have more and more people to invite. Oh no, don't cry. I've talked about this in a favorites video before, but so much of my life has been spent with like one friend. One friend, and usually that friend is always a little bit toxic, and I'm always a little isolated. And man, like in the past few years, maybe 2 or 3, I've focused on setting boundaries and creating healthy friendships and fostering those friendships and working hard to create real friends that I love and cherish. And at first it was quality over quantity, but now it's quality and quantity. And it just becomes more and more quantity. And that's on self-growth, baby. And getting to see it on my favorite holiday, top tier. It was a really good Halloween, actually. Those are all of my favorite things from the past 2 months. It's been a wild ride, and I'm so grateful that you guys have been here for it. And again, I want to thank you guys for everything. Thank you for letting me do this as a job, and thank you guys for supporting me on my offline endeavors as well. Please let me know if you guys have been making a list of your favorite things or a list of gratitude. I want to hear about it in the comment section below. Tell me about your Halloween. Tell me about what you dressed as, what you guys did. I want to know. And yeah, I heart you guys. I heart you with my whole butt. I said it. No take backsies. If you guys sat through this whole video and you aren't already subscribed, definitely click that subscribe button. Definitely click it. Maybe click the bell button so you can see when I post new videos. And consider following me on all these other really great places because I post there too. Fan House is $2 to subscribe to and will be $2 to subscribe to until Christmas because of Halloween, because of your guys' subs. So exclusive content over there. I will see you guys on the YouTubes later. Skaters, let's get really sappy and talk about things we love together, friends.